Guys, I put some power into the Creep6, and that power is in the form of a Holmes Hobbies Polar Pro 2700 kV motor and a Castle Mamba X ESC. I'll show you guys the setup, and then we're going to get it outside and see what it's got. Take a look. So how about this, huh? Well, now I've already tested this inside, and I can tell you right now, it's got some punch. It really does. It's geared the exact same as it was with the 2300 kV Hobby Wing. So, yeah. Now, I've got the auxiliary wire already set up for the rock race and crawl mode, so I can switch between kind of bashing around and crawling. Still can't really bash too much with it because of that Capra front end. They are known to break right at the C-hubs. But anyways, with that said, I'm now going to power this thing up with a 3S and get it outside. Now, before we get this drive started, you got to understand this is a Castle now. It's not the Quiet Axe, so we're going to have a little bit of this. That's just, that's Castle for you. And also, it doesn't hold like what the Axe does. However, if you know this is how your truck is going to react, you can actually plan for it and use the drift to get things done. However, we're going to go ahead and give this thing a drive. So, let's do this. Now, as far as the overall power goes, it's currently in the morning and there is dew all over the ground. So, we're going to get a quick little power burst after the drive real quick. And once we get that done, be able to go over just how this thing is working, which looks to be pretty darn good. Oh wait, you know what? I didn't have the rear disc lock. How awesome was that, huh? Now with the Castle, obviously you got to drive a bit more. The Axe, you know, kind of has its own little ramp up deal, which is actually pretty darn nice. I kind of like that. Kind of takes a little bit out of it as far as the driving part. So I guess it makes things easier. See, like the Axe would have already ramped up and just went over that smoothly, but the Castle, you gotta drive a little bit. So let's go ahead and see how the Castle can do on the nasty. Now we know the truck can get this pretty easy. Can I get it with a different system? I'm gonna try the hard right side. Woo, that's a leany spot, isn't it? Oh, also, I took out the wild overdrive in the front, so now it's just got the mild in it. I'm not sure if that's would cause any issues or not, but doesn't seem to be. Oh, it is so loud though compared to the Axe. Now the thing is, when you're in a crowd and you're driving around, everybody's talking, everybody's having a good time, so you really don't hear the noise that you're hearing right now. So, I mean, it just sounds really bad on camera. Wow, that was easy. And as far as crawling goes, it's just as good as before. Still just as sticky. Now, I will tell you, had this on a course and these tires got mudded up wet, they really did not hook up well at all. But dry, these things are phenomenal. I can tell you guys, you're probably getting annoyed at the sound, and I don't blame you because it's a little annoying out here. Everything is nice and quiet. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to continue on. Climb time. Ease this big old long front end up onto here, cut over, and not a problem. We're gonna go ahead and bring it over and down fall time. This is something I really like to do with this truck because it just kind of works so well at it. Let me get my fingers in position. There we go. I don't know why, but that's just cool to me. Seeing it come down and just hook like that. Beautiful. See what it can do with twin ridges. Whoa! See there, guys, that's some of that castle punch right there. Beautiful. Which only means I could possibly break this front end easier. One day it's going to get a good solid front axle on it, that's for sure. Okay, now time to get the tires wet. Let's see what this punch has got. All right, it's definitely got more punch. And I'm also in the Treal rock race mode, so I got the forward, brake, and then reverse. So when I get that front end built up and I can actually blast some hills, this will get a lot more use. But for now, bump that back. Now we're in crawl mode. Oh. Let's see here. Dang. Oh. See these tires? This is why I saved this for after the drive. But I did mention earlier that they didn't hook up very well when wet, so let's go ahead and give that a test real quick. Although they're wet, it's not really a muddy wet like what they were this past weekend at the Barbarian Scaleplex. So, just kind of curious. I mean, any wet tire is going to not be as grippy as a dry tire, right? Went up that a little differently. Maybe it was my imagination. I think I'm actually going faster now. Not the same lines through that I did before. Ooh, look at that. Got to get used to this punch. Tires are still kind of wet. Let's go ahead and drop down. Oh, this is kind of also a wet and dry tire test too, huh? See if I can catch up this. Yes. All right. A little different there. They didn't quite hook, but all is good. Right on through. We're just going to carry right on across. Now, granted, I didn't stop and talk too much there, so. Huh. Maybe I just had a bad day. Who knows? Anyways, this castle system has got some punch. It's just a bit noisy. How's that for power? That 2700 Holmes Puller Pro ain't no joke, let me tell you. That combined with the Mamba X ESC 3S battery, hey, got way more power than it did, at least as far as the punch goes. Speed, way more manageable. Maybe I can get some hills now, because the speed was always a bit of an issue with this when I took the 2-speed out, went to the Capra transmission, Capra front end, really lost a little bit of that. I may end up looking for another 3500 kV Puller Pro and put in here just to get a little bit more speed. As far as crawling between the 27 and 3500, I haven't noticed a bit of difference, especially with the Polar Pros. The Castle ESC, got that tuned up. I love that auxiliary wire where you can actually go from crawl or a trail rock race mode, because I will be using that. The noise, well, it's a little bit annoying, especially in a quiet environment. But if you're out with the guys, hey, it's not an issue. Nobody really notices it. All they notice is the dirt flying. So now, as far as the whole wet tire thing goes, when I was at the Barbarian, I'm thinking about it a little bit longer now. I think it was more of a clay mud that I got into, and that just really took the tires out. But then again, that would take out most any tire. I do feel the best tire out there for that day was actually the Jconcepts landmines. Those are what I run on the Optimus truck, and those did excellent. Now, also the Crawler Predators, they always hook up everywhere. But you know, hey, different tires shine on different days, different environments. And you know, that out there is a very coarse surface, so most tires do hook up out there. When I find a tire that does not hook up out there, it's really bad, believe me. But anyway, tires did good, truck did good. Went through the nasty twice, dry and wet, so hey, I can't complain at all. So guys, in that description are links for these tires, these wheels from Team Garage Hack, the Castle Mamba X ESC. They're kind of hard to find right now. I'll see if I can link up the Polar Pro motor as well, the 27 and the 3500. I'm gonna put a Capra kit in there, because if you want to replicate this, you'll need some Capra components. And pretty much that's it. The rest is all TRX6 with the Jconcepts Creep body. So in that description are those links. They are affiliate links: AMain, eBay, Amazon, Red Cat. Use those links to check out. It helps the channel, gives a bit of a commission, and keeps me on top of the RC game. Because all these brand new parts and custom builds, they aren't cheap. Anyway guys, check that description, use those links, make sure you're subscribed, and thank you all for watching.
If you guys like what you see, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. If you really like what you see, consider clicking on that join button down below. With that, you can actually become a channel member. Members get early viewing of many of the videos, and you know, a little bit more personalized. Guys, thank you all for watching.